If willpower actually worked, you wouldn't still be negotiating with yourself. So why does it feel like you can try so hard and still not change? That's what we're going to be talking about today on Infinite You. Welcome, beautiful souls. I'm Dr. Sheri, spiritual psychologist, multidimensional mindset mentor, intuitive empowerment guide, and soul-led success coach. And here on Infinite You, we talk about what it actually takes to create a life that feels aligned, meaningful, fulfilling, and true to who you are, so you can attract more of what you want, not through force, not through hustle, and not through fixing yourself. And if this message resonates with you, go ahead, hit subscribe, hit like, and let's dive right into this really cool topic. Most people have tried to use willpower to change something about their lives, to be more consistent, to stop a habit, to create a new one, to start something new, to finally follow through. And it usually goes something like this. You're motivated, you're committed, you're doing great, and then something happens. You get tired, you get overwhelmed, you get triggered, you lose momentum, and suddenly you are right back where you started. And people often conclude, I just don't have enough discipline. I just don't have the willpower. I am not strong enough. I cannot seem to stick with anything. But here's the truth. Willpower is not a bad tool. It's just a weak one when it's working against your identity. Willpower is what you use when part of you is still unconvinced. It's what you use when your system hasn't reorganized yet, when your identity has not upgraded to who you believe that you are and what you believe is possible. Willpower is like trying to override your nervous system. And your nervous system's job is not to help you reach your goals. Your nervous system's job is to help you feel safe and everything is familiar and going along as it always has. So if a change threatens your sense of belonging, your sense of self-concept, your emotional orientation, the identity and the beliefs you're currently living in, your system will create fatigue, resistance, distraction, rationalization, not to sabotage you, but to protect who it thinks you are. That's why the mind is so darn powerful. That's why your superconscious mind being connected to soul and all of who you are is so powerful. And when you align that with your subconscious thoughts and beliefs and identity, everything really does begin to reorganize. And then you bring that into your conscious mind. Remember, this is not a motivational problem. It is not a discipline problem. It is certainly not a moral problem. It's an identity alignment problem. Real change doesn't happen because you push harder. It happens when your inner state changes. When identity shifts, behavior follows. When identity shifts, effort changes. When identity shifts, consistency becomes natural and choice becomes simpler, not because you're forcing yourself, but because you're no longer fighting yourself because you've upgraded to that new identity. And so the real sequence is identity, beliefs, decisions, behavior, results. I just made another video about this. There are times that you can just step in and take action and your identity will catch up to where you are moving in the world and the direction that you're going. So this is not linear. This is not black and white formulaic, right? But like just to get an idea, identity, decisions, behavior, results. But you can definitely like trip up the system and have it work for you. But you've got to be in that metacognitive space to kind of like feel into it. It's kind of intuitive and metacognitive at the same time. Feel into it and then you'll know what to do. Remember that willpower tries to start a behavior and then it wonders why it doesn't stick. So I would say, like, I would not force an aligned action or take that step forward unless you're just feeling the call to go for it and you're like on the brink of a really cool belief identity shift that is definitely and totally possible for you. I want to say one other thing too. Let me just kind of like not go into crazy Dr. Sheri tangential mode here for a minute. Remember that when something is truly aligned, you still apply effort, you still show up, you still stretch and grow, but it doesn't feel like you're not beating yourself up, you're not intellectually forcing yourself, willing yourself for things to happen. Instead, it feels like self-expression. I was going to kind of tell a story just for a minute about, when I would go to the gym. Like, I absolutely love working out and going to the gym. And I could easily spend, 6 days a week, 3 hours a day working out. I just absolutely loved it. And when I kind of started first going to the gym, I was just like, okay, I'm going to get into this mode. And then, so I was taking that action before my identity really shifted. But then it got to the point where I was absolutely the fit girl at the gym, committed, doing those workouts. I couldn't imagine it any other way. So my identity definitely caught up to that action, right? And so that's kind of like a little bit of that wiggle room between what you're deciding. But like, I want to say the gym analogy is a good one. If you are, in that place of like wanting to get fit, wanting to get healthy, for example, wanting to drop a few pounds, be the human being. Have that identity of this is who you are, this is what you're doing. You're not pretending to be something you're not. You're stepping into that healthy human being, that fit, that strong, that amazing human being that loves to sweat, that loves to be, in that environment, and you're connecting to your body in a really cool, amazing way. So I want to go back to that linear thing: identity, decisions, behavior, results. Sometimes you can like hop into that behavior and flip that identity, be metacognitive about it, be very aware of what it is that you are doing. So here is a gentle question that you can sit with. Where in my life am I trying to override myself instead of realigning myself? Where are you trying to override and force yourself intellectually into this space, even though it doesn't feel good? Where are you overriding instead of just realigning? You are a dynamic, infinite being. You can be and do whatever you would like to do. Allow it to align with the energy, the superconscious mind, your beingness, your identity, the beliefs that feel really, really aligned with who you are, and entangle with that and have that beautiful, amazing dance of what is possible for you. And if this way of understanding yourself, change, identity, alignment, energy, attraction, feeling super amazing, magnetic, I have a really cool community for you in the school platform called Infinite You, and I will put the links in the description box below. It includes my Recode Your Reality framework. It is amazing. And then definitely join my free newsletter. I'll put the link in the description box for that as well. And if you would like to have a one-on-one session with me, a breakthrough session, we can do that too. It's a 2-part session, so it's a really, really good deal, really great investment for yourself. And I will close right now with one little bit of inspiration. Remember, you are not here to conquer yourself. You are here to come into coherence with yourself. And when you do, change stops being a battle. Remember that. Change doesn't have to be a battle. It can be amazing, beautiful, aligned, empowering, and hell yes. I will see you all next time, beautiful souls. Namaste.